Hello everyone, I am Shubham and welcome back to Caterpillar Tip. Guys, if you are preparing for TCS IPA, then this video is for you. आज के वीडियो में मैं आपके साथ शेयर करने जा रहा हूँ अल्टीमेट TCS IPA सैम्पल पेपर और मैं आपको दिखाने वाला हूँ कि इसमें क्या क्या है और कैसे इसको यूज़ करें। अगर आप इस डॉक्यूमेंट को डाउनलोड करना चाहते हो तो कमेंट में TCS IPA लिख सकते हो या फिर मुझे इंस्टाग्राम में DM कर सकते हो। इंस्टाग्राम का लिंक डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में है। तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं। As you can see that there are 8 contents: know your TCS, base skill, UI UX part, Unix, SQL PL/SQL, Java, Python, कोडिंग सेक्शन। कोडिंग सेक्शन मैंने इसमें इंक्लूड नहीं किया, कोडिंग सेक्शन के लिए अलग एक वीडियो बनाऊंगा तो उसको चेक कर लेना। Know your TCS. When was TCS established as a division of Tata Sons? 1968. Who is the current chairman of Tata Group? N. Chandrasekaran. Who is the current CEO and MD of TCS? K. Krithivasan. TCS is a subsidiary of which group? Tata Group. TCS headquarters is located in Mumbai. Which TCS values are correct? All of the above. Who is the founder of Tata Group? Jamshedji Tata. This stands for Co-Innovation Network. Which gifts are never appropriate to give or accept? All of the above. Sexual harassment is in TCS prohibited. A former account manager asks you to send him project details of a customer he no longer manages. What should you do? Refrain from sending the requested information. Demand for process and behavior change in IT companies is a driver for IT consulting growth. True. Which of TCS AI-powered software engineering platforms is correct? Ignio. TCS is the first Indian IT company to cross 100 billion market cap. Which of the following is not a TCS product? Workday. TCS BANCS platform is widely used in which industry? Banking and finance. TCS operates in how many countries? 50 plus countries. What does business 4.0 include? Intelligence, agile, automated, and on the cloud. Which are IT consultant skills? All of the above. TCS was named a best company to work for women in India by Working Mother Media and Avatar Group. Business 4.0 premise of abundant resources refers to abundance of capital and abundance of talent. What are the 4 V's of big data? That will be volume, velocity, variety, and veracity. Clickstream analytics and is associated with which big data characteristic? Velocity. Which big data open source software came from Google's MapReduce concept? Hadoop. Which intelligent system beat Jeopardy quiz champions? IBM Watson. Fluid layout, 26. Best mobile app type for a resource intensive application? Native application. Fluid layout that adjusts site to device resolution is called responsive design. A client gives a diamond ring to the on-site project manager after project success. What should the manager do? Inform the client about the gift's hospitality policy and reject the gift. You are asked to keep a copy of client project code on personal mail for future reference. Acceptable? You should not save the code for reference. Who formalized the Tata Code of Conduct? Ratan Tata. TCS went public via India's largest private sector IPO in 2004. Which model does TCS follow? Global Network Delivery Model. Who was TCS first general manager? FC Kohli. This is a very important question. Who was TCS first general manager? FC Kohli. What was TCS first on-site project? Institutional Group and Information Company. In which year did TCS become the first Indian software company to cross 1 billion revenue? 2003. Which is not a Tata brand? Cafe Coffee Day. Which Tata company first reached 100 billion market cap? Tata Consultancy Services. This is a very important question. Then comes to biz skill. That is the business skill. What are the stages in the IBC approach? Introduction, body, conclusion. Training clients after delivering a solution is called value-added service. Active listening is important in business communication because it builds trust and clarity, which is an example of non-verbal communication. Body language. The 7 C's of communication include which of these? conciseness. In client meetings, if you don't know the answer, the best approach is acknowledge and follow up later. Escalation is in a business context refers to reporting issues to higher authority, which is an example of value addition in IT services, providing free maintenance support. Cross-cultural communication challenges arise due to language and cultural differences. In formal email writing, what should be avoided? Abbreviation and emojis. Then come to UI part, that is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Here also there will be JavaScript questions. Correct syntax to set both border colors, border 2px solid dodger blue. The span tag in HTML is used for grouping inline elements for styling. Which CSS property changes text color? Color. Which HTML5 tag is semantic? Article. Which attribute gives alternate text for an image? Alt. Which CSS unit is relative to the parent element? EM. Which CSS property makes text bold? Font weight. Which element is used for the largest heading? H1. Which property controls stacking order of elements? Z index. This is a very important question. Which tag creates a drop-down list? Drop-down. Select. Now Unix part. Command to find the count of only words in a file. WC minus W. Output of this will be command will throw a syntax error. Command to view content of a file. Cat. Command to switch to another user. SU. Command to set an environment variable. Export. Command to change root directory. chroot. Command to run a process in the background. Ampersand. Symbol used to grep to match pattern at the beginning of a line. Pat. Command to sort lines of a file in reverse order. Sort minus R. Command to change permission mode of files, that will be chmod u plus x emp this. Command to remove a directory rmdir. Find occurrences of a word and print its count. This is the answer. Output of this will be this. Now question number 71. Which AWK script gives average of second column of file 1 with delimiter? This will be the answer. Command to remove duplicate lines. Sort minus u. Which command displays the present working directory pwd? Which command lists all files including hidden ones? ls minus a. Which command terminates a process by PID? Kill minus 9 PID. Which command shows the first 10 lines head file name? Which symbol represents the home directory? This tilde sign. Which command displays disk uses of files or directories? Du. Which command compresses files in Unix? This is the answer. Which command changes file permission? chmod. You can see these answers. Skill questions. So I'm not reading this out. I'm just showing the answers. Now comes the Java question. I have also uploaded a playlist in Java IPA series. You can check that out. size of float and double respectively, 32 and 64. What will be the output? How do you find the length of a string? str length extension java dot java, which is the superclass in every class in Java object class, which modified hides a member from external classes entirely. Private wildcard used to import. That is the answer. Correct declarations of the output of these arrays in Java are: in a class with private int race equals to 100, what can directly access or change race? The solution class itself. Output of this output of this will be this. How many objects are created here? Which is an infinite loop? All of the above. Which is not a characteristic of Java? Procedural. Which Java collection allows duplicate elements?